be there for this fight?
You want like that?
He's definitely encouraging me to. I haven't reached that age yet, but once I get that age, I want to know how I'm going to go, and I think I want to go just like him.
Well, age is just a number, you know what I mean? And mine's unlisted. Because I can tell you myself, I thought I'd be going, my prediction, I thought I'd be going to 50. Because I was challenging all of the boys, Scalish, Danny Green. I was challenging all of them, you know what I mean? And they were taking guys out like, Alexander Burns, all the people, the gangsters, the real gangsters, and it was taking them out, you know what I mean? And I'm still here.
You had beef with Danny Green?
Yeah, Danny Green he got paid to knock me out. And Alexander Burns had to come in and block it because they had to go through a category. They follow orders, when you get a knockoff or a whack, it's always a whack, you got to go find out if everybody's clear, and so when he found out Danny Green was going to try to hop in hard to whack me, he blocked it. He blocked it, you know what I mean? So, but then, after that, Danny Green and him had war, and Danny Green is who took him out, but they had to plan and put the car next to another car and put the bombs in the car, and they blew up my man, Shonda Burns, you know what I mean? And that's how they got out.
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Listen, ain't no introduction, man. We gonna address some shit, and I just hope y'all listen to that very carefully. I know the audio wasn't perfect because this press conference, it wasn't the highest quality. I only seen seconds out cover it. I was shocked that they even covered it. Didn't see a lot of networks cover it, so the audio wasn't the best. But I know a lot about Don King, but I didn't know he went in depth on some things, bro. Don King is the last one left. That would be the title of this video. Oh, let me hit this motherfucker about 2 more times. He the last one left. Yep. Listen, I know we got Al Heyman. Shout out to BLK Prime. They making some noise. It's black people that's trying to do some things with this promoting thing. And then you got fighters that's trying to independently do their promotions like GTD Promotions, Man Down Promotions. You understand what I'm saying? So it's some fighters that's very doing boss type shit, and I'm very proud to see that. But Don King, the last one left for black promoters. I just want to make that be known. I just want y'all to understand, because a lot of y'all don't understand the history of boxing and understand there is no sport more gangster than boxing. Nah, bro, there's no sport more corrupt than boxing. Boxing was ran by gangsters and still is. They're just a different form of gangsters. Don King survived that shit. He survived it when it was way more blatant racism, when motherfuckers was more honest. He survived that era. Don King one of the coldest motherfuckers that ever came through the game. That motherfucker survived hits being put on him. He survived the white Italians. He survived the Jews. He survived the Irish. He survived all these different mobsters and made his way through boxing. So I gotta point that out first. Sit down. I gotta point that out. The shit he survived, I know promoters today, y'all won't survive no shit like that, bro. It ain't near as dangerous as it was back then, but it's still so corrupt enough to where I don't see no room for a black promoter to make it. Nah, I don't see no room for you to make it, bro. Shout out to Don King. I know a lot of people may say, oh man, didn't nobody look at the press coming? He got AB, ain't nobody worried about that fight. Bro, to be 90-some years old and still be able to put a fight on, man, shout out to you, Don King. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Want to talk about a lot of shit. Listen, I understand that because as a kid coming up, my first impression of Don King was off a rap song. Yeah, when he say, from my jelly draws, you can lick my balls, pussy, weed, and alcohol. I love that shit, dog. Yeah, Willie D. And when he said, I, for one, I do so much fucking, they call me Don King. Yeah, that was one of my favorite lines. And yeah, that was one of my favorite jams. I used to turn that motherfucker up. And so what I'm saying is, and shout out to Willie D, because he's not the same Willie D from the Ghetto Boys. He's matured and he's grown as a man, and he talk about a lot about black issues. So shout out to Willie D. That Willie D a solid one. Willie D solid. So yeah, I was introduced to Don King through a rap song, and you know I want to point something out. Yeah, it's other rappers that done mention Don King, but you know what? I ain't never heard nobody diss. I ain't never heard no rapper make a song and bring up Turkey Neck Bob. Now, ain't nobody, because he known for fucking over rap. Man, he got one of our greatest brain damage and all kind of shit done to him and put him in a vegetable-like state. So, yeah, he done that to Ali. He put him in some of the most toughest fights at the end of his career. So, he did a lot of shit to a lot of fighters. Nobody brings up Bob. Bob ain't even known as a fuckboy in boxing. No, Bob just known as a legendary promoter. Bob ain't known as no fuckboy. And you know what? One of the slickest things, Don King beat Bob too. He whooped you, bro. Don just had to get out the way. He got his money, he got out the way. But he beat you, Bob. And he stole the Ali versus Foreman fight from you. Yeah, when you tried to slick your way, Don King snatched that fight. Because it wasn't for you, Bob. Nah, this was a black event. That motherfucker had all the great entertainers. He made that shit an event and took that shit to Africa. None of the Al Heyman ain't gonna do that shit. Al Heyman ain't gonna do that shit. And like I said, I wish BLK Prime the best, and I wish Spence the best with Man Down Promotion. I wish Tank the best. I wish all these brothers the best with your promotional companies. But at this point, and one of the reasons why I'm saying that it's gonna be hard for a black promotion to make it is because of black fans. Oh, that's one of the biggest reasons. Because we don't seem to trust, we have no trust towards any black money. Motherfuckers still think Terrence Crawford didn't get $10 million with BLK Prime. But it was confirmed, pimping. Best believe Bud would have came out if he didn't get all his money. Bud would have let that shit be known. And you know what? I talk a lot of shit. You know, I've said that Spence is way more on code than Bud, but Bud did go to a black promotion. He did do that shit. So, yeah, I thought I'd throw that out there. But anyway, you know, motherfuckers talk so much shit about BLK Prime and don't know shit about it. But just because you think it's somebody black and you think blue blood tied into it, a lot of motherfuckers just try to shit on that company, bro, but y'all don't know shit about it. So, and it's mainly black fans. So, anyway, black fans, we don't say Bob a fuck boy. We don't say Bob Arum is a fuck boy. Let me tell you motherfucker something. Like I told you, bro, Don King is 1,000 times more of a man than Al. Al's soft. Al General Hospital soft. Al could have been one of them boys on that All My Children. He could have been on one of them episodes. He was soft. Wilder would have never got cheated by Fatback Fury if Don King was the promoter. That shit would have never happened. Oh, it would have got gangster. Oh, shit would have got gangster. Let me tell you, Don King was a damn fool. I don't think you motherfuckers know that, and how he beat his murder case and shit before he became a promoter and shit like that. Don King didn't play. And I think the motherfucker he killed, it was a motherfucker that owed him some money or some shit. No, Don King didn't play, bro. That shit would have never happened to Wilder, bro. That shit would have never. Matter of fact, Don King would have. Let me tell you what would have happened. Let me just give you a brief analogy of what I think. If some shit did happen. For one, Don King would have said, "Fuck Fatback Fury. That motherfuckers is he on drugs and shit. The motherfucker 500 pounds. Wilder, don't worry about him. We gonna make this Joshua fight." He would have put pressure on Eddie Hearn and probably would have stole Anthony Joshua from Eddie Hearn. Probably would have stolen from and had that fight in Africa, bro. Had a 2-fight deal. One in Africa, one in America. Shit would have been the biggest shit since the 90s, bro. Probably the biggest fight since Ali Foreman. If Don King had a promoted Joshua versus Wilder when Joshua was knocking everybody out and Wilder was knocking everybody out, that shit would have been the biggest thing since Ali Foreman, bro. Shit would have been the biggest thing since Ali Foreman. So, yeah, man, Al Heyman, let me tell you something. Al Heyman is much more interested in promoting Latinos. Which do you think, bro? You promote flags more than you promote black fighters. You only got Al Heyman. I'm telling you, he one of them old. He like that football coach. You know how the football coach only like 3 or 4 players, but he act like he for the kids. You only like 3 or 4 players, and 2 of them you only like them because they mama fine. Yeah, 2 of them players out of them 4 players, he really ain't a good player, but they mama fine and they giving you play and you're smashing it on the side. So yeah, you let him get in the game even though he really ain't a starter. So yeah, that's how I feel about Al Heyman. Al Heyman just likes 3 or 4 black fighters. So, nah, bro. And another thing, I blame Al Heyman for these negotiations. Let me tell you something, bro. Al Heyman is like a trick that don't want to let go. Like, you like a... Listen, he don't want nobody to have the Spence versus Crawford fight, but you don't want to do right by it. You don't want to do right by the fight, but you don't want nobody else to have it. But you don't really want the fight, and you don't want to do right by the fight, but you be damned if somebody else get it. Man, even old Turkey Neck Bob would have done better about this fight. Yeah, he would have done much better. PBC ain't doing no promotion, ain't no nothing. Ain't no nothing. They just downplaying the fight, and all they talking about is they're not realistic with the money, and it ain't a big fight. So, nah, bro, that's straight Al Heyman. Don King would have never said Spence versus Crawford numbers ain't right. He would have never said no bullshit like that. And for one, he is the greatest promoter of all time. That the promotion would have been off the chain, bro. The promotion would have been off the chain. So, nah, I blame PBC. I blame Al, bro. And fuck Espino, that motherfucker ain't shit either. But promoters ain't shit, bro. I'm just letting you know this is a dirty game. And this shit is so fucking racist and it's so... But black fans are the only motherfucker... That's why I say you motherfuckers the reason why a black promoter won't make it. And many black fighters won't become superstars because of black fans. Black fans always look for something else to worship. Man, it's a bunch of black fans right now that say Inouye is the #1 pound for pound. And he ain't done shit. What black fighter has he beat to say he's the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing? Bro, he done beat a list of people we don't even know. And he beat a 40-year-old Nonito Dinero, but it's black fans that will argue you down and say that motherfucker deserves to be on the pound for pound list. And he ain't fought nobody we know besides Dinero. And he was old. Like, bro, the shit that I hear... The shit I hear black fans say is just ridiculous. You motherfuckers still got Josh Taylor on the pound for pound list. After that fucking Jack Catterall performance. You motherfuckers still got him where he was undisputed. But y'all ain't put Devin Haney on the pound for pound list. So, like I said, a lot of times black fans, we don't take up for our fighters. And we don't realize, we think we doing something wrong or something like that. Nah, bro, that's what you supposed to do. Mexicans still taking up for Canelo even though they know he ain't shit. They still taking up, and they still trying to lie and say he the face of it. Yeah, sometimes you gotta lie for your fighters. Yeah, when it comes against other races, yeah, sometimes you gotta lie for your fighter. Yeah, it's part of being down. I wanna be down with you, no matter how. But you motherfuckers don't know how to be down, and you ain't on code. There is no code of ethics in the black YouTube community. There is no code. There is no nothing. You motherfuckers are scattered like a whole bunch of roaches. Ain't no codes. And a lot of you motherfuckers just make channels because you don't like another black channel. I ain't never seen you motherfuckers make a channel because you don't like Seconds Out or one of these mainstream promoters. So like I said, it is what it is, bro. We're going to see what happened with Spence versus Crawford, but there is no way I can blame these fighters. There is no way I can blame these fighters. One more thing, I'm going to get out this motherfucker. You motherfuckers flooded my goddamn comments over this video. You know, a lot of you motherfuckers said, I'm telling you, I was looking at the comment and most of you motherfuckers said, 903, man, he wasn't talking about Spence. Mike Tyson wasn't saying Spence can't sell 5,000 tickets. He was talking about Bud. He was talking about Bud. Now, 903, he wasn't talking about Spence. He was talking about Bud. Listen, bro. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off this motherfucker. Y'all don't understand that together we stand, divided we fall. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all don't understand that Bud name is attached to Spence. So if you shit on Bud, you're shitting on Spence. You shit on Spence, you're shitting on Bud. We don't look at it like that, but it is, bro. They name attached to each other, bro. When you say this fight ain't big, you're saying Spence ain't shit either. When you saying this fight, we don't know what the number, you also saying Spence don't sell. Let me tell you something, bro. Ryan Garcia was never on pay-per-view until Tank. His name was never, all this, y'all say he popular, that shit didn't happen until Tank, till he attached his name to Tank, but he never fought on pay-per-view. Bud been on 4 pay-per-views before Spence. But y'all, how is it, listen to the common sense of this shit. Y'all willing to tell me that Bud don't sell, and he been on 4 pay-per-views. Before the Tank fight, Ryan has never been on pay-per-view. His Oscar never seen fit to say, okay, at this point you worthy to be on pay-per-view. He was never on the Luke Campbell fight, which was the second biggest fight of his life behind Tank. It wasn't on pay-per-view, pimping. So I don't understand how black folks are so willing to fight and tooth and nail to explain to me that Ryan was a huge star and that's why the fight did so well. No, it was about race, bro. Ryan wasn't shit. If he was something, all his fights would have been on pay-per-view. Another thing, all this, he was talking about Bud. So now y'all saying that he was saying Bud can't sell 5,000 tickets. He just sold over 15,000 tickets in Omaha, bro. He done sold out he done sold out the MGM Grand twice. He sold it out twice, bro. Most of your favorite fighters ain't never even fought at the MGM Grand. Bud sold it out twice. So, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, bro, when we talk all this shit, we always trying to diminish when a black fighter don't do numbers. How many fighters really do numbers in boxing? It ain't but about 5 stars. It ain't but about 5 fighters that fight on pay-per-view. It ain't. Cool. Canelo, Spence, Crawford, Tank. Who else fighting on pay-per-view every fight? Who else? Wilder. Who else is fighting on pay-per-view every fight? Another thing. And I'm off this motherfucker. Everybody vouch and say Fatback Fury is a star. Fatback Fury made over $45 million fighting Derek Chisora. But you motherfuckers say ain't no money in Spence versus Crawford. You motherfuckers say ain't no money. Fatback Fury made over $45 million fighting Derek Chisora. He made over $55 million fighting Dillian White. Let me tell you motherfuckers something. Where are the numbers for the Derek Chisora fight? And where are the numbers for the Dillian White? Since we always watch numbers when it's a black fighter, and we always want to prove that we can't sell, where are those Fatback Fury numbers? Since you motherfuckers always want to point out, you want to say Bud don't sell. Show me Fatback Fury sell. Man, I'm off this motherfucker. This is 903 Boxing. I am your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.